Today, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 high cap cryptos, which I believe everyone should consider having at least one of these in their portfolio for the next bull run. You guys are used to me talking about low cap cryptos, high risk, high reward types, but today we're going to be talking about lower risk altcoins that can still do 10 to 30x gains on your money. So, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Now, guys, if you do want to gain access to more exclusive content and full traceability of my portfolio, as well as a private community of like-minded investors, the best place to be is my Patreon. I highly recommend you join the VIP Plus tier. This is the one that the overwhelming majority of people go for because of the benefits and the bang for your buck that it gives. So the first altcoin in this list is Polygon Matic. Now, many of you guys would consider this a boring one, but boring often leads to safety. It's held up pretty well during this bear market. Yes, it's down, but it's not down too much. And actually, I believe this one can do a 10x or more on your money. It's currently sitting at 0.54 of a dollar, so 54 cents, with an all-time high of just under $3. I believe Polygon Matic can easily go to $5.50 this bull run or $6 this bull run, making you around a 10x on your money. Some of the really good things that I like about Polygon include the circulating supply. There's not going to be much dilution. Also, I really like the ecosystem of Polygon Matic. It's one of the biggest ecosystems in crypto. So many altcoins are using Polygon Matic to build their cryptos on. So many developers are using Polygon Matic because of the fact that it gives the safety and the security of Ethereum, yet allows for scalability unlike Ethereum. So a lot of gaming coins are moving over to Polygon Matic. I see a lot of projects looking at Polygon as a viable place to build their crypto. And at the end of the day, the ecosystems are what matter. The utility is what matters. And Polygon, Ethereum, and BNB are the three biggest projects in terms of ecosystem. Maybe we're going to see Arbitrum as well. But right now, I think most people, when they talk about ecosystems, when they're used to using tokens to actually buy other cryptos, they're used to BNB, they're used to Ethereum, and they're used to Polygon. I think it's undervalued. I think we didn't see the heights of what it could go to last bull run. It saw its high in November and December, which is a good sign. Only went to $20 billion in market cap last cycle. I think this time around, we could see it at 30 billion or maybe even more. Now, I am going to go through these cryptos relatively quickly. It is your job to go and do your own research on these altcoins and not just simply listen to me. The next one on this list is Quant, QNT, another one which I think is a very safe 10x. It could probably do even more if we're being honest. Getting this under $100 is an insane bargain, in my opinion. Quant has actually been very stable this year, almost acting like a stable coin. It did see really good gains earlier on, this accumulation phase or this bear market, as you will. It was actually one of the best performing high caps in the bear market. I remember it very clearly. Quant went from $50 or $40 all the way up to 200, making around a 4x in the bear market. It's now stabilized, and I think Quant is simply waiting for the next big catalyst to pump it up. It's very much linked to the institutions. It's very much linked to enterprises. And we know that if enterprises are going to get into crypto, they're going to get into the tokens that have good compliance with regulations. And QNT is certainly one of them. It's got links to Britain, to the Bank of England, I believe. It's also got links to a lot of other enterprises and kind of governments and things like that in the world. So I believe Quant is going to be huge. It's got so many different use cases. Interoperable is the main thing. It's extremely interoperable with different blockchains, with different mechanisms, with different networks. That's really important in this day and age. Simple to use, very, very secure, and just an overall great project. So Quant is definitely one to have on your radar. Like I said, I think it can do a 20x. That would be putting it around $2,000 for one token. I think that's very doable. Got great tokenomics. And yeah, just one of the best high caps out there. The next token is Render, which is one of the best gaining altcoins this bear market. Again, it's seen huge rallies when the whole AI trend was happening, when a lot of other cryptos were pumping. Render was one of the main ones that was on a huge rally. People were buying it down here, and it went all the way up to $2.50. Now it is starting to see a correction, and I think right now is a reasonable time to start DCAing into Render if this is the project which you believe in. It is pretty big, so it is a market cap of 495 million. So the 100x's aren't going to be there, but it could do a 20x or around that this bull run. Now, what you do need to realize with Render is it is relatively niche and it is already on Binance and Kraken. So that's, a potential drawback in terms of investing in it. You're not necessarily new to this coin, but neither are you new to any of these other coins on this list. But the point that I'm trying to make here is GPU distribution, although it's a huge industry, although it has a lot of potential and it's an up and coming industry, it's not like a layer one. We haven't seen cryptos in this sector get into the top 20. Usually the cryptos that do very well are layer ones and layer twos, maybe layer zeros, smart contract cryptos and store of values. Render isn't really that. So I do believe in the project. I do think it's exceptionally important for this current world. But like I said, I don't think it's going to make the top 20. I just think it's going to do a really safe 10 to 20x on your money. And it's just a good project to hold. Now, if you were lucky enough to be buying Render all the way down here, you're obviously going to be in great gains. But right now, I think is a smart time to be DCAing. Obviously, though, not financial advice. Next project on this list, which again, I think is a safe 10x, is none other than HBAR. It's around a 10x just to all-time high. If you believe it's going to go back to all-time high, that's a 10x. If you think it's going to do more than all-time high, then it's more than a 10x. So HBAR, again, another safe 10x in crypto. You're noticing that with a lot of these picks. They could do more. Don't get me wrong. They could go on to do 15x's or maybe 20x's. But a 10x is certainly the conservative base level that we are expecting for some of these projects. Now, HBAR does seem to see bearish price action when these token unlock events occur. That is something to be aware of. It hasn't had a good bear market. It has been dipping a lot. But I still think people are going to pump HBAR up simply because of the fact that, again, it's very much linked to institutions and enterprises. It makes that ISO 222 compliance list. And whether you believe in it or not, a lot of people do. Therefore, I believe these tokens are going to pump a lot. Hashgraph technology is definitely innovative. It's definitely new. People are looking for better alternatives to Ethereum. And maybe people believe HBAR is that. Now, instead of buying HBAR, if you want it to be a little bit more risky, what I would actually say is take a look at SourceSwap. This is the DEX token for HBAR. $10 million in market cap. Very, very small. If you think HBAR is going to do a 20x, this is probably going to do a 100x. So because it's much smaller, it's basically acting as a leveraged HBAR. And I know that sounds weird, but because of the DEX side of things, if HBAR is going to grow, if HBAR's ecosystem is going to grow, then the DEX token will as well, because people need a place to swap the token. You saw this last bull run with Uniswap for Ethereum. You saw this last bull run with PancakeSwap for BNB. And I believe if HBAR is going to pump, the DEX token for HBAR is going to pump even more. So $10 million in market cap. The great thing about this is it hasn't really got many centralized exchange listings. So you've got multiple catalysts now to pump the token. Only listed on MEXC and obviously SourceSwap itself. If you go onto the website, you can see it's very good. It's everything you want a DEX to be. You can do all the things that most DEXs allow for, providing liquidity, farming, staking, all of those DeFi features. And it's got a very simplistic DEX, which you can see here. You've got the tokens that are interoperable with HBAR, many options, and you've obviously got the SourceSwap token there, which powers the whole ecosystem. So definitely check it out. It is more for the higher risk individuals, but me and my Patreons are already up 2x on this project. So I do believe it can go on to continue and make some really, really good gains. Finally, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to consider subscribing and leaving a like, and check out that Patreon page if you want to see what I'm actually buying. Do I hold any of these altcoins, or do I hold way more low caps? Go ahead and become a Patreon. The link's in the description. I mostly talk about low caps on this channel. So if you're interested in low cap gems, if you're interested in seeing which projects I'm buying before they go on to pump, this is the best place to be. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.